Hi everyone, welcome to Revati Charan's Born to Learn channel. In this session, we would be learning some vocabulary, grammar, and writing competencies. The first topic is simple, compound, and complex. So we have kinds of sentences. What are those three kinds of sentences? Simple, complex, and compound. Normally, these type of sentences have been discussed in class 11, but now in this session, we will recall the three kinds of sentences. The first one is simple sentence, second one is complex sentence, third one is compound sentence. So, what is the meaning of simple sentence? It is just a statement. We have three rules for that. What are those three rules? The first one is a simple sentence has only one finite verb. Second one, simple sentences are used to depict universal truths, facts, and descriptions. Third one, a simple sentence has just one independent class. It has only one subject and one predicate. A simple sentence may have subject complements, object complements, adverbial phrases, and non-finite verbs also. These are rules for simple sentence which we normally follow. In order to say it in a very short manner, a simple sentence has only one finite verb. It depicts the universal truth, facts, and descriptions, and then it has only one independent class. Next one. The second type of sentence is complex sentence. So what is the meaning of complex sentence? A complex sentence has one main class and one or more subordinate class. So what is meant by main class and what is meant by subordinate class? So let me tell you a sentence. I have lost the watch that you gave me. I have lost the watch that you gave me. In this you can easily identify that I have lost the watch, this is main class, and then that you gave me, this is a subordinate class. So how could you define which is the main class and which is a subordinate class? Let me tell you briefly. I have lost the watch. Why I am telling this is main class is because this the class stands on its own, and in the remaining sentence that you gave me is a subordinate class. Why? The reason is the class depends on the main class for its meaning to be completed. You can clearly see that in this sentence, I have lost the watch that you gave me. I have lost the watch. The first half of the sentence stands on its own. The second half of the sentence that you gave me depends on the first half of the sentence. That is the main thing. If a particular part of a sentence can work without depending on other sentence, that will be considered as a main class. And if a part of sentence depends on the other part of sentence to give complete meaning, then it will be called as a subordinate class. The part which depends on the other part to complete its meaning will be called as a subordinate class. Okay. Next one is compound sentence. So what is meant by compound sentence? Two main clauses connected by a conjunction form a compound sentence. Okay, for example, let me tell you a sentence. Honesty. Honesty promotes character and dishonesty destroys it. I repeat, honesty promotes character and dishonesty destroys it. In this, you can see that honesty promotes character. The first half of the sentence will be considered as a main class, and then and is the conjunction used here in the sentence, and then the second part of the sentence is dishonesty destroys it. This is also considered as a main class. Why? Because just split the sentence. Honesty promotes character. It gives a full meaning, and then second part of the sentence, dishonesty destroys it. It gives a full meaning. Whereas there is another word in between the sentence, that is and. It will be considered as a conjunction. So in this sentence what happened is that two main classes are connected by a conjunction. So it forms a compound sentence. That's all about compound sentence. So hope you are clear in simple, compound and complex sentences. The next topic we are going to see in this session is conditional clauses. What is meant by conditional clauses? If clause, that is called as conditional clauses. If clause or conditional clause. We normally have three types in it. What are those three types? For example, for type 1, I will tell you a sentence. If I play well, I will win the match. If I play well, I will win the match. This shows the possibility. So type 1 is possible condition. Type 2. The sentence is, if it rained, they would cancel the match. If it rained, they would cancel the match. This sentence shows some unlikely or hypothetical condition. Okay, so the type 2 is hypothetical condition. Type 3 sentence. If Saravanan had played well, he would have won the match. If Saravanan had played well, he would have won the match. This shows the impossible condition that Saravanan didn't play well, so he didn't win the match. This shows the impossible condition. So type 1 is possible condition, type 2 hypothetical condition, type 3 impossible condition. That's all about it. How will you identify a sentence in a if classes type 1 or type 2 or type 3? We have a certain rule for this. If it is a possible condition, if it is a type 1, how could you identify that? There will be a main class will or can plus verb 1. How will you identify the hypothetical condition? In that you have a simple short form. In this sentence you will have would or could plus verb 1. Okay, and then how will you identify the impossible condition? The sentence will have would have or could have plus verb 3. Verb 3 is nothing but past participle. These are the short form, short tricks to know that whether type 1 is present in a sentence or type 2 or type 3 is present in a sentence. Okay, next one we go with dialogue writing. What is meaning of dialogue writing? Okay, a dialogue, we all know a dialogue is a conversation between two or more persons in a narrative style. It is widely used to communicate ideas. Normally, dialogue is used to communicate ideas. It requires at least a listener and a speaker. So, someone asking a question and offering a reply is common in dialogue, right? Someone will ask a question and someone will reply for the question. This type of things are common in dialogue. We usually start the dialogue with a greeting and complete it with a proper ending by saying thank you or anything like that. The thing, particular concept here is a dialogue may be formal or informal. So what is meant by formal dialogue and what is meant by informal dialogue? This is quite easy. A dialogue between friends or members of family is an example for informal dialogue, whereas a dialogue between a student and a teacher is an example of formal dialogue. I hope you are clear with the difference between informal and formal dialogue. We'll go with the next topic now. Non-verbal representation. What is mean by non-verbal representation? We should not communicate. Instead, we have to give the concept without communicating with others. Okay, we have to tell them this is the concept without communicating. So presenting information using tables, graphs and charts is a common practice in scientific and technical writing, I think. Yes, this is a common practice which we use often in every places like colleges, institutions and academy, in every places like that. This is because through graphs and charts scientific data can be presented in a clear and precise manner. Bar charts, graphs, tree diagrams, organizational charts, flow charts, and pie charts are the frequently used pictorial or non-verbal representation. So, if you want to show the growth of a class, how will you show that without communicating with others? How will you tell them this class has a drastic development in their studies? How will you show that without communicating? I can say you can use the bar chart or a graph in order to say them this class come upon with the drastic development comparing with the quarterly and half yearly. In the quarterly, the students got only low marks, and in the half yearly, they got high marks. How will you say that? You can use a bar chart or graphs to represent they have developed more in this half yearly exam. Okay, this is called as non-verbal representation. Next one is describing a process. So, what is mean by describing a process? It's very easy. So when we describe a process, we use a series of instructions to describe how we make or produce something or to elaborate how something is done. For example, if you ask me a question, how have you cooked this? How have you cooked this particular dish? I want to describe. I want to describe that these are the ingredients. These are all the ingredients which I have added in my dish. This makes my dish very sweet. This makes my dish taste sour. Okay, and this is how I have to explain what is the process I have done to cook. What is the process I have done to cook this particular dish? How did you make this tea? I have to tell you, I added salt, sorry, I added some water, I added milk, I added sugar, and I added tea powder. Likewise, I have to describe in order. That is called as describing a process. The next one is the last topic here is completion of proverbs. So, what is called as completion of proverbs? You might have come across what is called as proverb. Okay, normally a proverbs will be complete. Okay, but in this case, completion of proverbs, what we used to do is that we will make an empty place in the proverb and we have to fill that place according to the proverb. We have to complete the proverb. That's the main thing. Okay, so if I say hat makes dash, you have to say it as waste. Hat makes waste. Next one, dash is the best policy. You might have come across this proverb. Dash is the best policy. You have to write honesty is the best policy. Honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Next one. Make dash while the sun shines. Make dash while the sun shines. The answer is hay. Hay. Make hay while the sun shines. These are all the easy proverbs which we normally use, which we normally come across. Yes, this is called as completion of proverbs. So I hope everyone understood the concept of this grammar topic. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.